And welcome to a very kind of late night show. It's 9:16 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is the Rooftop Sports, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I am turning back the clock. I am reacting to an old Mariners game from June 27th, 1999. And why is this so special? We'll take a look at the tagline up there. It says, "Turning back the clock, Mariners versus Rangers, Kingdome Finale." So 25 years ago, on the day of June 27th, 1999, the Mariners played their final game at the legendary Kingdome before they moved on to Safeco Field, which is now called T-Mobile Park. And I will be doing a live play-by-play reaction. And I also loaded up some commercials from 1999. Probably going to get hit with the copyright, but I don't care. It's about the experience I'm going to give to all of you. You'll probably be surprised of what you'll see. So I'm going to try to give it like a more of a 1999 kind of feeling and vibe. So let's get right to it. And I'm going to start by hitting the time machine. And before we do, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And also, this is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal. And you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RooftopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. All right. Now use that promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off for the next Mariners game or any other game or concert. And now let's hit that time machine and go back to June 27th, 1999. And welcome to the Kingdome, where it is June 27th, 1999. This is the Rooftop Sports covering the final game of the Mariners game at the Kingdome, where they played since 1977, and they now have a chance to make a very special moment, a very special history of winning their final game at their stadium that they had since 1977. And thankfully, they will be moving on to Safeco Field on July 15th, 1999, after the road trip and the All-Star break. And let's take a look and see where the Mariners standing is at right now. And we will get right to it. Gotta look up the MLB standings of 1999. All right, let's find out and just take a look. And we're gonna go find it right now. 1999. We're gonna go to where they were on June Well, it was more like June 26th. On June 26th, 1999, here's the standings the Mariners are at as of now. Mariners are 37-37. They are just 5 games back from the Texas Rangers. And the last game, the night before, and this was on a Sunday, the night before, Mariners did win 5-4. And Mariners lost their first game 14-4. And this was a game where, this is a crucial series because the Mariners they are surprisingly still in contention, considering how much losses the Mariners have suffered since losing Randy Johnson after last season. In the middle of last season. And here's what happened last game. Home runs was by Tom Lampkin, the backup catcher for Dan Wilson. And the pitcher was Jamie Moyer. And how did Jamie Moyer do? He did give up 3 earned runs, but struck out 4 with a 4.59 ERA. That's where he is at. And today, the starting pitcher is going to be Freddie Garcia, the piece that was part of that Randy Johnson trade. He is off to a pretty good start. He's 9-3. He's sporting around a 4-something ERA. And he will be getting the start against Aaron Seeley, who is 7-5 with an above 5 ERA, but is considered one of the better starters for the Texas Rangers. He is from Paulsbo, Washington, and hopefully the Mariners can step up to the occasion and get the final win here at the Kingdome. And here they come. Mariners are about to come outside and take on the field, and I will go over the starting lineups of the Seattle Mariners, which is against the Texas Rangers. All right, here we are. For leadoff hitter, it's going to be Brian Hunter, Alex Rodriguez, Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, David Segui, Butch Husky, John Mabry, the third baseman, David Bell, Dan Wilson. And here they come. They are now taking the field. And the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers will be Tom Goodwin, Mark McLemore, Rusty Greer, Juan Gonzalez, the big boy, Rafael Palmeiro, Todd Zeal, Lee Stevens, Greg Zahn, and Royce Clayton. And yeah, the Texas Rangers, they are the leaders of the division with a 42 and 32 record. The Mariners have a 37 and 37 record, so they are hanging somewhat into the playoff contention. And because it was disappointing, the Mariners did not make the playoffs last year. Freddie Garcia throws a mid 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He has the best curveball on the Mariners staff, but he must change speeds to remain effective. So maybe mix it up just a little bit and not rely so much on the fastball. So we are going to get ready real soon. And they're talking about the defense. Left field, Brian Hunter. Center field, Ken Griffey Jr. Right field, Butch Husky. No Jay Buhner today since he is sidelined with an injury. David Segui, David Bell, Alex Rodriguez, John Mabry, Freddie Garcia, and Dan Wilson as the catcher. Freddie Garcia at 8-4. He has 15 starts with a 4.41 ERA, and hopefully he can get another win this season so far with 58 strikeouts on 36 walks and given 7 home runs. So he's out to a good start, but he's really got to work on his stuff really as much as the best as he possibly can. And we're going to get ready for the first pitch. And yes, I am from the future, and this first pitch will be brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek, use Rooftop Sports for $20 off for your first game at Safeco Field of 1999. And now here's the first pitch, and that is going to be a ball, and we are underway here at the Kingdome. And this is Tom Goodwin. He's batting .240 with 1 home run. And now here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. And it looks like, oh yeah, it's a 1-1 count. Now here's the next pitch, and that's going to be another strike. 1-2 the count. And Dave Niehaus was talking about the fact when Ken Griffey Jr. is up, flash bulbs will be flashing as much as it possibly could, and I totally expect it to. And now we got a 1-2 count, and here's a pitch by Freddie Garcia, and that's going to be popped up and fouled. Will Dan Wilson have enough room? It will not. He will not. And that's going to be out of play. Yeah, they're talking about how much the AstroTurf was really bothering the Mariners, and that's the one thing that we're all not going to miss is that AstroTurf. Oosh. Don't forget the falling tiles from 1994. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to Alex Rodriguez. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And that is going to be a base hit for Tom Goodwin. And we got a man on the board at the guy on first base and nobody out. Next up to bat is going to be Mark McLemore. Mark McLemore is, let's see how he's doing today. He is batting .286 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. He is their utility player. He's been one of the more versatile players in Major League Baseball right now. Mark McLemore hitting on his left side. He is a switch hitter. And now here's the pitch by Freddie Garcia, and that's going to be up there for a ball. Freddie Garcia with that number 14 on his hat. We're looking at a 1-0 count. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike right up in the middle. And that's going to be a 1-1 count on Mark McLemore. Freddie Garcia is awaiting by Dan Wilson. And now here's a throw to first, and it's not in time. Throw it to David Segui. Fun fact, Don Mattingly played his final game as a Yankee here at the Kingdome. So that's history, definitely big history. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field. And as Ken Griffey Jr. get there, he makes the catch, makes a nice running catch. And now Tom Goodwin has to go back, and there'll be no play at first for a double play. But Ken Griffey Jr. made an amazing catch, a nice running catch. What a catch by Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, Tom Goodwin really thought that Macklemore had that going. But Ken Griffey Jr., you never want to underestimate the Ken Griffey Jr. defense. That's the defense that we know and love by Ken Griffey. And now here is going to be Rusty Greer, who is up to bat. Rusty Greer is batting .275 this season. And now the throw to first, not in time. And he has a .370 on base percentage. Rusty Greer with batting .275 with 6 home runs and 46 RBIs. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike, and that is going to be the 0-1 count. We're looking at the 0-1 count. We got 1 out. Ken Griffey Jr. with his little bubblegum thing going. And now the throw to first, and it is not in time. Dan Wilson's just looking at, he's probably looking at Lou Piniella. Dan Wilson giving them the signs, and he's got it to Freddie Garcia. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be up high for a ball, 1-1. And evening, Daniel, how's it going? Thank you for being on this show, and thank you for being a loyal member to this channel. Rusty Greer career at the Kingdome, 27 games, .374, and 3 home runs. So he is definitely going to miss the Kingdome on this one. Now here's the pitch, and that's a ground ball foul. And they're talking about that Ken Griffey Sr. got into a car accident in '91. And Dave Niehaus says, had that car accident never happened, then maybe he would have played a couple more years for the Mariners, because he did really have a healthy body. He really took care of his body very well, which is why he was able to have longevity going into his 40s. And it's a 1-2 count. The crowd is really getting their noise out there. And now here is the pitch to Rusty Greer, and that is going to be a foul ball. And if you notice, noticeably, without that pitch clock, the game does go a bit slower. That's the one thing I forgot about when I was jumping into the time machine. I'm like, oh, right. There is no pitch clock in this game. This show could go on for like 4 hours, possibly. Freddie Garcia's got what he wants. And now the throw to first, and it is not in time. David Segui is waiting, or he was just playing with his hat a little bit. Rusty Greer's waiting on the 1-2. Got 1 out so far. Man on first, and that is Tom Goodwin. They're really taking their time. Like, this is where the no pitch clock thing really is a thing. Makes baseball much longer. And now here's the pitch. Oh, there's a pitch out, because they noticed that Tom Goodwin was having a nice big lead out there. So they got to make sure that he doesn't run the second base, because he is a fast runner. And now we're going to try this again. And now here's the pitch to Greer, and that's going to be low for a ball 3. And Tom Goodwin, from last season in '98, he had stolen bases. He had 38 stolen bases, was caught 20 times. His career high when Kansas City was 66. And now here is the pitch to 3 to the Greer. Runner goes, and that's going to be a foul ball. Rusty Greer is really fighting this off. This game is going a lot longer already than it should. Like, I totally forgot about a no pitch clock rule, that this game does go a bit longer. Yep, you definitely got to win 2 out of 3. You got to get to 2 out of 3 against Texas Rangers. And now here's the pitch, runner goes. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that is gone. Forget about that one. The Texas Rangers have now taken a 2-0 lead off a home run by Rusty Greer. That is his 7th home run of the season. And just like that, like a blink of an eye, the Texas Rangers have a 2-0 lead. And I did hear the cheering. It looks like they threw the ball back. Yeah, Rusty Greer, 7 home runs this season. Longtime Texas Ranger. What a blast that was by Rusty Greer for sure. They're showing the replay. And yep, that he really crushed that one. There was no doubt that that was gone. Like Butch Husky was just looking up. There was nothing much he could have really done on that one. Juan Gonzalez is up, the longtime Texas Ranger. He's batting .312 with 21 home runs and 65 RBIs, having a spectacular season. Last season, Juan Gonzalez hit his 100th RBI in the first half against Randy Johnson when he was on the Seattle Mariners. Had 50 doubles, 45 home runs. This guy was absolutely ridiculous. Now the pitch, and that is going to be a ball. It was a breaking ball. Now it's a 2-0 count. Juan Gonzalez started his career, obviously, with the Texas Rangers, became a regular starter in 1991, and he's been a superstar since. And now here's the pitch to Juan, and a swing and a miss, strike one. Juan Gonzalez's best season was when he had 46 home runs, 118 RBIs, batted .310 with a .368 on base percentage. And this guy came from Puerto Rico. And I've been to Puerto Rico. San Juan, absolutely beautiful. Now the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike two. And we got a 2-2 count on Juan Gonzalez. Rangers' old uniforms, yay or nay? I like their old uniforms. I like those red uniforms. I think that was my favorite of the Texas Rangers. And now here's the 2-2 count. And a swing and a miss, strike three. And that is going to be 2 outs for the Texas Rangers against the Seattle Mariners. But note, Rangers are up 2-0. And now Rafael Palmeiro is now up to bat. And let's take a look and see how Rafael Palmeiro is doing this season. Rafael Palmeiro came from the Baltimore Orioles. He was a longtime Oriole. Now here's the pitch to Palmeiro. And that's a check swing. Did he go? He did not. Let's take a look and see. Palmeiro he signed as a free agent with the Texas Rangers. Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be a ball. Rafael Palmeiro, his second stint with the Texas Rangers. He played there from 1989. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a ball. He played with the Texas Rangers from 89 all the way up to 93. Then he went to Baltimore to try to compete for a World Series. That did not happen. They had a deep run in 97 with Cal Ripken Jr. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. It's a 3-0 count on not Juan Gonzalez, Rafael Palmeiro. Got 2 outs, a 3-1 count. He's batting .296, 9 home runs at the Kingdome, and a swing and a miss, strike two. Freddie Garcia took that risk, pitched it on the outside corner, upper outside corner, and now we got a 3-2 count. Nice pitch by Freddie Garcia. Now here's the 3-2, and that gets away, and that's going to be ball 4, and Rafael Palmeiro gets on base, and once again, Texas Rangers have a man on base again, and they are going to keep threatening. Todd Zeal is going to be up. He's around a 260 hitter. Now we got hitter. We got Stan Williams. He is coming out to the mound to have a little chat with Freddie Garcia. Stan Williams, the Mariners pitching coach for the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, they got to really talk to him, and they got to make sure that Freddie Garcia is good to go, that he can hold up against this offense-heavy Texas Rangers, who are leading the division right now. They're saying that he's got to locate his fastball better so he doesn't end up like what happened with Rusty Greer with that home run. He's batting .256, Todd Zeal, 11 home runs and 39 RBIs. He's got that nice little batting stance. Very simple. It's like a boring one, I guess. Todd Zeal's been in the league since 1989. He has played in several different teams: St. Louis, Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Dodgers, Florida, and now here he is at the Texas Rangers. And that's going to be a 2-0 count. Todd Zeal's best season was in 97 with 31 home runs and 90 RBIs. Never an all-star, though. And we're looking at the 2-0 count by Freddie Garcia. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And that is going to drop in for a base hit. That goes over Brian Hunter's head. Rafael Palmeiro will be stopped at third. And I thought that was going to cause some kind of damage. And now you got runners on second and third. And Texas continues to make some threats on the Seattle Mariners, trying to spoil their Kingdome finale, and more importantly, pick up more games on the Seattle Mariners for that division lead, as the Mariners are 5 games, or about, I would say 5 or 6 games behind, or ahead. Lee Stevens is now up to the plate. He's a lefty hitter, shall I say. And now they're going to intentionally walk him. Oh, man, I remember the good old days when they actually did, like, pitch to him. They had to make him pitch. But now they just want to make the game go faster by doing the intentional walk where they say, yeah, just go at first base. What a time to turn back the clock to watch some old Mariners baseball.
34 pitches already in this ballgame. Well, we won't count these 4 live ones here, but I always thought, why do you throw them? Just go to your mouth 4 times and let the umpire send him down to first base. You know, why bother? That's an idea. Yeah.
And now Lee Stevens is going to the first base, and now the bases are going to be loaded. And we are still in this first inning, and I really did not realize how long this would take. I really did sign up for this, didn't I? It's a 2-0 lead so far. We got the bases loaded with 2 outs. And the batter that is going to be up is Greg Zahn, the backup catcher to Pudge Rodriguez, who got a night off. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Yep, they got to try to make him swing and miss it. We got an 0-1 count, and now here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside. That kind of nearly hit him, and we're looking at the 1-1 count so far. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. I really thought that was going to be a ball. That was a nice curveball by Freddie Garcia. Freddie Garcia's really got that nice curveball. Hi, Roof. I should bet on this game at the sports book. I mean, who are you going to bet on? The Mariners or the Texas Rangers here in 1999? Now here's the 1-2. And did he go? He did not. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. Freddie Garcia is really working on a jam. I mean, he's got the bases loaded. He has already given up a 2-run home run to Rusty Greer. And yep, the PD Master Man, he's like, yep, no pitch clock. That is absolutely correct. So this is going to be a long night for me. I was going to watch Cobra Kai, but I'm not. I'm doing for my content the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to third base. John Mabry to throw to first. And that is in time, nearly bobbled by David Segui. The Mariners get out of a bases loaded jam, but Rusty Greer has hit a 2-run home run to give the Texas Rangers a 2-0 lead. And we will be back after this timeout because I really need one because this first inning was nearly a half hour. It's going to take me some time to adjust to a no pitching clock, but here's a commercial that I will show. I got to show one that really pops.
do you feel?
A dream is gone, but where there's hope, somewhere something is calling for you. Two worlds, one family. Trust your heart, let fate decide to guide these lives we see.
And that is the trailer to Tarzan. And Tarzan is in theaters right now. It released a few weeks ago on June 18th, 1999. So go ahead and watch that movie. I actually did just watch that movie. And oh my God, it was a really amazing movie. But the saddest part of that movie was little Kerchak's little baby. Wait, I'm not even supposed to spoil it. This is 1999, not... No, I'm a guy from a time machine. I'm not going to be a butt. All right, let's get back into the game. Bottom of the first inning. Let's go. Yeah, we're at the bottom of the first inning. Amazing that it took a half hour to get through the first inning. And now we're finally saying the starting lineup. We got Brian Hunter, Alex Rodriguez, Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, David Segui, Butch Husky, John Mabry, David Bell, and Dan Wilson. Butch Husky 5 of 12 against Texas this season. And Dan Wilson playing well against Texas, I guess they say. Aaron Seeley has a fastball 63% of the time, and he has a really nasty curveball. And now here is Brian Hunter up to the plate, and now here's the first pitch by Aaron Seeley, the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. We got an 0-1 count on Brian Hunter. Brian Hunter is the leadoff hitter for the Seattle Mariners, and he is a fast one. Aaron Seeley, 7-5. And here's the next pitch. And now here's a ground ball. And here is a throw by the shortstop. And that is going to be not in time. And I thought that was going to be an out by Brian Hunter. But he gets on base. And I think Johnny Oates is going to... Texas manager is going to have a talk with that. First baseman is not happy about that. He thought that Brian Hunter should have been out. And I think he is correct on that. But you know what? I am going to take it. Umpires claiming that his foot was a couple inches off the bag. So that is why Jim Joyce said, nope, your foot was off. And the first baseman's absolutely shocked. And now Johnny Oates is like, yeah, come on, man. What's that all about? It was very close. And now we got Alex Rodriguez up to the plate. Alex Rodriguez, who was injured at the start of the season. And now he has really picked it up. Alex Rodriguez, this guy is my favorite player on the Mariners. I hate to say it, but I love him more than Griffey, and I have high hopes that he will be the Mariners of the future, along with Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez. Hopefully that he will be the guy to lead them throughout the 2000s. Now the throw to first, and that is not in time. And I hope you guys are watching Tarzan. I hope you guys watched it. And put in the comments and see how much you guys really liked and remember about Tarzan. So put it in the comments if you like how much you like Tarzan. And now here's the pitch, and that's gonna be a ball. And you saw Brian Hunter trying to steal bases, and you see some of the cameras, flash bulbs bulbing. Career at the Kingdome, A-Rod with 60 home runs, 192 RBIs, batting .315. And A-Rod did express how much he's going to miss the Kingdome. I mean, it's with no thick air, it's an easy place to hit a home run. That's what I'm going to miss about the Kingdome with Safeco Field and that really thick air. I don't know, man. And I heard reports that some of those Mariners hitters like Edgar or actually Griffey and A-Rod expressed their concerns. And now here's the pitch to A-Rod, and that's going to be a foul ball. A-Rod has 12 home runs this season. Brian Hunter has to go back because he tried to steal second, which he did successfully, but it did not happen because A-Rod hit the foul ball. Way to go, A-Rod. Gamer 11, how's it going? Glad that you're in the time machine with me back in 1999. Let's party like it's 1999. And everyone put your favorite songs from 1999 that you remember. Aaron Steele is a big dude, 6'5", said by Dave Niehaus. And now the throw to first, not in time. We got a 2-1 count on Alex Rodriguez. Yes, I saw that entire interview, and I'm actually making a video about it. Almost kind of done with it. Now here's the runner goes, and and that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, Gamer 11, I did watch that video, and I'm glad I did. I watched it at least twice. I mean, give me your thoughts on that. Like, at this point, I really think it's time to apologize for us to forgive A-Rod for leaving Seattle. I mean, he did something literally everyone would have done. I mean, from a guy who had lived with a single mother, and he had a very rough childhood, and then when he has $252 million in his face, why the hell would you not take that? Don't sell yourself short. That's the beauty of the free market. Do not sell yourself short, or you're a fool. He had a family to think about. Provide for his mother that raised him. So, I mean, there's that whole thing that there's two sides of the story on this, or maybe three sides to the story. And we never really, us Mariner fans really never got his side of the story. The only disappointing part was A-Rod wasn't exactly detailed on the free agent process. Now the throw to second, and Brian Hunter will get in there for second base. And that's going to be a stolen base. It's going to be a full count. That was a bad pitch on A-Rod. Nearly hit him too. We got no outs so far, and the Mariners are already threatening with a man in scoring position. But yes, I'm looking to release that video by Friday. You know my stance on it. I think the Mariners need to stop being petty and bring him back. He nailed the answer to Brock's question. It was great to hear his perspective. Absolutely. Like, and now here's the 3-2 pitch. And that is going to be ball 4, take your base, and Alex Rodriguez will be on first base with a no-out walk. And get your cameras ready. Ken Griffey Jr. is now up to the plate for the final game at the Kingdome. And no question, you're going to see cameras, flash bulbs bulbing the moment that first pitch happens. I wonder how much that's going to affect his swing, because when you have cameras flashing your face, it could be a little bit distracting. And this is not just smartphone cameras. This is flash bulb cameras. And now here is going, and Ken Griffey Jr., 197 home runs. If he hits 3 home runs today, which I hope he does, 200 home runs. And now here's oh my God, look at all those camera flash bulbs. They were really prepared for that, but he's going to take it for a ball. And Gamer 11, I believe you. I couldn't really speak so much about Lou Piniel's book. I read that, and it just didn't add up. Like, Peter Gammon's ESPN said that, like, Howard Lincoln and Chuck Armstrong were in Hawaii vacationing literally during the freaking free agency. So it's really not fair that the reputation that Alex Rodriguez has now. Anyways, got to focus on Griffey's batting .311, 26 home runs, and 71 RBIs. Now here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and you know that Griffey wants to get that home run, because we really got to make it happen. I mean, Gamer 11, come on, man. Like, let's pretend it's 99, right? Like, maybe make some 99 comments, not today's comments. Like, come on, man. Like, there's other time and place for that. Join my show tomorrow morning. We'll talk about it. And now here's the 2-1 for Ken Griffey Jr. by Aaron Seal. Time has been called. Junior actually did ask for time. I'll take a little. Yeah. Peter Gammon said that the Mariners, and you are correct, offered a 5-year $95 with a team option after 2002. A-Rod would have been a complete idiot to take that contract, and the Mariners are idiots for making an offer like that. Insulting. And now we're looking at the 2-1 pitch. And now here it is. And that's going to be outside 3-1. And you just got to wonder what Aaron Seeley got to do. He's got to pitch a strike, or he's going to have the bases loaded. So do you dare pitch it right in the middle and hope that he doesn't hit a home run? Or do you just take the walk? I don't know. Career versus Aaron Seeley, 2 home runs, batting .357. So he feasts on Aaron Seeley. And now we're looking at the 3-1, 2-0 Texas so far. And let's see what happens. And now here is the pitch. And that is a fly ball to deep right field. Forget about it. And that is gone. And Ken Griffey Jr. hits a home run on the final game of Safeco of the Kingdome. Mariners take the lead, and it's going to be 3-2. And what a home run by Ken Griffey Jr. You saw that fan. He's like, yeah, I caught the ball, man. Check this out. I cannot believe that just happened. And now the Mariners have taken a 3-2 lead. That fan that caught the ball is getting all the high fives. What a home run by Griffey. That is his 27th home run of the season. Look at that. That was just absolutely just bombed out there. And you can't wait to watch Griffey A-Rod break Hank Aaron's record. It could happen. People will forget about Ruth and Garrick 15 years from now. Let's hope so. And now Edgar Martinez up to the bat. Edgar Martinez, the man who hit the double against the Yankees in 95. That's what he will always be remembered for, the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Hey, Gamer 11, like, have you seen the other movies that came out, like The Matrix? Did you see Star Wars? Hey, Star Wars Phantom Menace was pretty good, wasn't it? Got Jar Jar Binks going, static, static. Now here is the 0-2 pitch to Edgar. And that's going to be strike 3 called, and Edgar Martinez will go down in strikes. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. After all of that, it's 3-2, but 1 out. And now next up to bat is going to be David Segui. He's batting 280. He's batting 288. He's our first baseman. He joined the Mariners last year, replacing Paul Sorrento, and Paul Sorrento replaced Tino Martinez. And I hate to say it. No, I really got to say it. I am still not happy the Mariners traded away Tino Martinez. And now here's a fly ball to left field. And that is Rusty Greer that will make the catch. And now we've got 2 down already. Like, just like that. It was a 3-2 lead. And now we got 2 outs. And now Butch Husky is up to the plate. We got the big dog, Butch Husky, who the Mariners acquired from the New York Mets to add to the outfield, because the Mariners have problems in outfield like all the time. Because last time the Mariners had outfields, it was like Vince Coleman of 95. And you had Darren Bragg and like Rich Amaral playing platoon. And then you had like so many guys, and that's going to be a ball 1. I remember, who else did we had? We had Roberto Kelly, Glenn Allen Hill. Left field's been a mess for the Mariners. Career at the Kingdome, 7 home runs for Butch Husky, batting .355. He's a big dude. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back. Oh, you just got the Backstreet Boys? Can't wait to jam it out. Yeah, like that song. I want it that way. Yeah, that song's a hit for sure. I got to see when Backstreet Boys was released. It was called Millennium, which came out in May 18th, and it's been a magnificent hit. They're also arch enemies with the NSYNC. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. Hey, Gamer 11, what did you think of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? Did you watch that one? I mean, I watched that. I watched it. I like the pod racing and Darth Maul's double lightsaber. Psh, psh. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Also, jamming with that N64, playing GoldenEye. I still play that. And I also play this game called Command and Conquer. I'm waiting for Tiberian Sun to come out. Getting very off topic. Now, here's the 1-2 pitch to Butch Husky, and that's going to be a foul ball. You liked Qui-Gon, but it didn't hit with me. My favorite character was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I thought Ewan McGregor did an excellent job filling up that role, and hopefully with the next 2 movies, episode 2 and 3, hopefully he'll do a good job. What'd you think of Anakin Skywalker, Gamer 11? I mean, I liked him on the pod racing. Now this is pod racing, or shall I say, now this is pod racing. Episode 1, Phantom Menace, had a really great debut. We're looking at a 1 and 2 for Butch Husky. It's crazy to think we're at an almost like 40 minutes, only the first freaking inning. I want the pitch clock. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled off the helmet of the backup catcher. I'm worried about banks collapsing and missile launches. Coders didn't think of putting 4 digits for the year. Oh, yeah, Y2K, huh? Yeah, that ain't going to be fun, isn't it? I mean, we're at Y2K, which is why you got to party like it's 1999. Yeah, I wonder who's going to play the older Anakin. I don't know. I don't see Jake Lloyd playing. And now here's a fly ball to right field. And that is going to be caught, and that's going to retire the side. But Ken Griffey Jr. hit a 3-run home run, and the Mariners have a 3-2 lead. And after all this talking, I have I have got to play another commercial. All right, let's take a look and see what commercials I got after these messages. Let's see what I've got here.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
He can see things before they happen.
He can help you.
The Force is unusually strong with him.
He was meant to help you.
Anakin! Tell him to take off!
Will I ever see you again?
What does your heart tell you?
Are you sure about this? Trusting our fate to a boy we hardly know?
Anakin Skywalker, meet Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I sense much fear in you.
The boy is dangerous. They all sense it. Why can't you?
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
And yep, go out there and watch some Star Wars Phantom Menace. I watched it and I plan to watch it for a second time. And now we are back from the break. Crazy to think that it's 44 minutes in and we're only in the second inning. I really think that the baseball's going to come up with this pitch clock idea. And now we got a strike by Freddie Garcia. And the hitter is going to be Royce Clayton, batting .244 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball.
What is your most enduring one memory here? I think it really has nothing to do with me. I was in center field when Reggie Jackson.
I'm trying to remember my favorite memories at the Kingdome. I don't really remember it very well. I just remember Griffey hitting home runs with the fireworks going off. I'm going to miss those fireworks. The fireworks was cool. AC/DC home run was really cool. And it's too bad I was just watching the game on TV for the Mariners in 95. You got to watch Star Wars again after this? Yeah, I would. I like that game, Rogue Squadron. It's a great game. And now here's a ground ball right to Alex Rodriguez to throw to first. And that is in time. And that's going to be 1 out. Makes me feel good that the Mariners are up 3-2 because they were just down 2-0. I was like, oh, great. Texas is going to spoil the living crap out of this game. But now we got 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And now next up to bat is going to be Tom Goodwin. We are now back at the top of the lineup. PD Master, what did you think of Tarzan? Like, what was your favorite part of Tarzan? I think my favorite part of Tarzan was like, I guess the final battle. I don't know. Now here's the pitch. Oh, my favorite scene was when Clayton goes, "Where are the gorillas?" Gorilla! Gorilla! And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be check swing fouled. And now we are looking at an 0-2. Nomar Garcia Parra is still adjusting pads and stepping in and out of the box. 10 minutes later, he's probably one of the reasons why pitch clock was being talked about. And now we're looking at the 0-2. And that's a foul ball. We're looking at an 0-2 right now. PD Master, what do you think of Kerchak, the fearless leader of the Gorillas? Kerchak, the fearless silverback gorilla. And now here is a fly ball to left field. And Brian Hunter is there. He makes the catch. And now we got 2 outs. We definitely need an easy inning. Like, Freddie Garcia needs an easy one to just get that confidence going for the rest of the game. Oh, you want to play the $1 Million Magic? You get that if a Mariner hits for the cycle, and 2 players in Mariners history have done it. It was Jay Buhner and Alex Rodriguez. It was done once here in '93 against the Oakland A's, and that was done by Jay Buhner. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. That's Mark McLemore. It's a 1-1 count so far. We got 2 outs thus far. And now here's the 1-1 pitch, and that is going to be low for a ball, 2-1. We got 2 outs so far for the Texas Rangers. And now here is the pitch, and that is going to be inside, 3-1 to Mark McLemore. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Ball 4, take your base, and Mark McLemore will get on base. Rusty Greer, who hit the home run last time around, he is 1 for 1 so far. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. Good stop by Dan Wilson. And that's going to be a 1-0 count. Dan Wilson, great catcher for the Mariners. He suffered an injury last year, which knocked out half of his season. But last season, he was remembered for that grand slam inside the park against the Detroit Tigers. And now we're looking at the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. That was a fastball. We're looking at a 2-0 count so far. We got 2 outs. Maybe I'll fast forward this game just a little bit, make it feel like it's faster. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. 3-0. And Freddie Garcia is just having a tough time trying to get out of this inning. And this wear and tear is going to maybe be a big thing. But with Lou Piniella as the manager, I would imagine that he would trust his starter because our bullpen is not exactly great either. Led by Jose Mesa. Yuck. The 3-0. And that is going to be a strike this time. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Yep, he's got to face the big, great Juan Gonzalez, and this makes me very nervous, and I really hope... I mean, we got Stan Williams coming out, and now you got Juan Gonzalez up to the plate. He has a chance to hit a 3-run home run, and Juan Gonzalez ain't no joke, I'm going to tell you that. Good thing Kala was there to save Tarzan when he was a baby. Yeah, absolutely. Wasn't it tragic when Kerchak and Kala's parents died? Oh, no, like the kid of Kala and Kerchak was murdered by Sabor. Sabor would have... Yeah, you know what I mean. But one thing I have a concern about that is why didn't Kerchak have a security guard to watch over the little kid? Like, you shouldn't have had little kid just like running out there like a maniac, you know? Wasn't exactly a very ideal situation, if you ask me. I mean, Kerchak should have like been a better watch, had a security guard. Like, what the were you doing? And you hear little baby just screaming. Like, Disney would not. I I mean, I don't even know if I wonder if Disney's not going to allow that. I mean, how they allow that? How's that with a G-rated movie? And why am I even laughing at that? Other than that, Tarzan was an amazing movie. I like that it had a nice balance of comedy, and it was a really dark movie. Now here's Juan Gonzalez, and now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low. Good stop by Dan Wilson, but no runners are going to move because Dan Wilson, that's what he's known for. He rarely allows those pass balls to happen because Dan Wilson, he is, I would like to say, he is one of the top 5 defensive catchers in the game of baseball. We are very lucky to have a man like Dan Wilson. Great leadership. Maybe someday after he retires, maybe he'll be a manager someday. The ship scene was hard to watch. Yeah, it was. Tarzan was no longer invincible. Now here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be a ball. Got man in the bullpen already. Kenny Cloud's in the bullpen. He was a former starter for the Mariners. Didn't really have a good season last year at all. But Ken Cloud's going to be in the bullpen. Get some work in. And we're looking at the 2-0 pitch for Juan Gonzalez. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike this time. And that's going to be a 2-1 count. Just 2 strikes to go, and we'll get out of this inning. Juan Gonzalez batting .318 with runners in scoring position. Hit 3 hits in his last 3 at-bats. And now we're looking at the 2-1 count. And now here's the 2-1 pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. That was a changeup by Freddie Garcia. Now, you would think that the crowd really should get after. They've really got to give him that encouragement because you got to find a way to get Juan Gonzalez out of there. Lou Piniella, he's just facing out there. Maybe he's looking a little bit nervous. I don't know. But Freddie Garcia's had a couple difficult innings so far. We're looking at the 2-2 count on Juan Gonzalez. Johnny Oates, he's just looking. And now Juan Gonzalez waiting on the 2-2. And now here's the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to be a foul ball. Fouled back, and Juan Gonzalez is fighting it like he really wants to get that home run or just make some kind of damage. The good old Eagle Hardware and Garden. There is one in Issaquah nearby. Except my family and I, we go to Home Depot more than Eagle. Eagle Hardware and Garden. More of everything. And now here's the 3-2. And that is a foul ball. It's actually a 2-2, excuse me. And now we're looking at the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Juan Gonzalez. The Mariners get out of the jam. And the Mariners still remain it as a 3-2 lead. What a pitch by Freddie Garcia, striking out Juan Gonzalez. And now we have got to go to commercial break.
Marriage, or any partnership for that matter, is a give and a take.
We are a family, so we're gonna deal with this as a family.
All due respect, you got no fucking idea what it's like to be number one. Puss, don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't have any options, because you got friends. Friends that would die for you.
Any thoughts at all on why you blacked out?
I don't know. Stress, maybe. Is everybody in my life bananas or what? I got problems at work. I got problems at home.
Oh, poor you. Kill me now. Stab me. Now, please.
You are his mother, and I don't think for 1 second that you don't know what you're doing to him.
Grandma just called, started crying and hung up. So what, no fucking ZD now?
Hey!
Not getting any satisfaction from my work either.
What line of work are you in?
Waste management consultant.
You may run North Jersey, but you don't run your opportunity.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in. Our true enemy. has yet to reveal himself.
I warn you, do not do it!
And that was the show, The Sopranos. I saw the entire first season, and what an amazing show it was. I really did enjoy it. And now we are back from the break, and now here is John Mabry, the third baseman of the Mariners. Usually it's Russ Davis, but I believe Russ Davis is out with an injury right now. And we're looking at the 1-1. John Mabry career at the Kingdome, 29 games, 238 with 4 home runs and 13 RBIs. Now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ground ball right to the catcher, the throw to first. And that is going to be in time. We got one down already for the Mariners. And next up to the plate is going to be David Bell. David Bell, who came to the Mariners last season on August 31st, 1998, by trading away Joey Cora. And Joey Cora just retired when he was after his time with the Cleveland Indians. And it seems that it's really working out so far for the Mariners because Mariners just traded away Joey Cora just in time. Career at the Kingdome, batting .304 with 10 home runs and 36 RBIs. I think David Bell could be a solid piece for the future for the Mariners. Good way to make up for that Joey Cora trade. Do you think the Kingdome could last today? Of course not. You've never seen The Sopranos, huh? A show that you should probably consider. And now we got the pitch to David Bell. And there's a curveball for a strike. And now here's the pitch. What a curveball by Aaron Seeley. That was a huge drop right there. That's going to be an 0-2 count. John Mabry with the Moneyball team. And Reflect the Sun, try to keep it as 1999 as much as possible. The pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball, 1-2. Some video games that I've been playing lately is Star Wars Rogue Squadron, where you get to fly as an X-Wing, A-Wing, and a Y-Wing. It's really cool. Tough game, but I love it. It's a great game. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. And now here's a fly ball foul. And we're looking at the 1-2. We're going to try this again. And after David Bell, it's going to be Dan Wilson is going to be on deck. Dan Wilson's waiting at the plate or waiting in the on-deck circle. And now here's the 1-2. And that's going to be strike 3 call. Down goes David Bell. And now we got 2 outs so far. And now Dan Wilson's up to the plate. Now here's Dan Wilson batting .270 at the Kingdome, has 10 home runs. Dan Wilson's been a huge part of this Mariners organization. Great defense, has a pretty decent bat, but his bat's kind of fallen just a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't fall on too long. And now here's the pitch to Wilson, and that is inside for a ball. Notice that his batting stance changed a little bit after the 97 season. Must have been, maybe that injury had something to do with it back in 98. And now we're looking at the 1-1 to Dan Wilson. Check swing. He did go, and that's going to be a strike. And now here's the pitch. Ooh, that he just got away with that one, and that's going to be a ball 2. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And Dan Wilson gets on base with a single. And now with 2 outs, maybe the Mariners can do some damage with the top of the lineup. Okay, Prince and the Revolution had a great song. Party like it's 1999. Mariner fans will be better off reminiscing on the past and completely just ignoring the current team. Yeah, did you see that comment by Jerry DiPoto basically saying they may not even make a move? It's very concerning. Brian Hunter with that hustle. He's batting .276 so far. And the throw to first, and it's not in time. And Aaron Seeley's been throwing to first quite a bit. And we're at the second inning. It's been an hour already. Can't believe how long these games could be without that pitch clock. We'd be at the fourth inning by now. Now here's the pitch to Brian Hunter. And that's going to be a strike. He was dreaming when he wrote it. Yeah. Just watch the trailer for Toy Story 2. Oh my God. I cannot wait for Toy Story 2. PD Master, Toy Story doesn't come out till November, so pretend you didn't even say that. And now we're looking at the 0-1 pitch, and now here it is. And now here's the throw to second base, and Dan Wilson he is out of there. And Dan Wilson, what are you doing trying to steal second? Oh, he actually is safe. Dan Wilson just stole second base. And now we got a runner in scoring position. Johnny Oates is an absolute shock. I mean, I didn't really think Wilson had a shot on that. Oh, it was safe because the ball popped out. Riley, I need you to pretend it's 1999. And now we're looking at the 1-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike too. And that nasty curve by Brian Hunter. And we're looking at the 2-1 count so far. Right over the plate, it definitely was. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to Aaron Seeley, the toss over the first, and that is going to be in time. Although Dan Wilson got a hit, Rangers got away with it, and we're going to the top of the third. Mariners still lead 3-2.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. A new ballpark needs an exciting new mascot, a symbol of the energy of the Pacific Northwest. Please help me welcome the Mariners' new mascot, Lenny the Latte. Everybody loves a latte.
Did you have another nightmare? I told you, no nachos before bed.
The Seattle Mariners. Ain't baseball great?
And now that you brought up Toy Story, I'm going to play some Toy Story trailer right over, if I even have the Toy Story trailer. I got to find that Toy Story trailer. Pretty sure I have it somewhere. Here it is.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on?
Too late, I'm in the 40s. Gotta go around the horn. It's faster.
Sound area! Wait!
What?
He's stealing Woody.
What?
Somebody do something!
Woody was kidnapped.
Woody once risked his life to save me. I couldn't call myself his friend if I weren't willing to do the same.
I'm pecking you in your angry eyes, just in case.
Let's move! Geronimo!
To infinity and beyond!
Don't talk to any toy you don't know!
We'll have to cross.
You're not turning me into a mashed potato.
I may not be a smart dog, but I know what roadkill is.
Drop!
All right, nobody look till I get my cork back in.
Ah, it's surge!
I'm officially freaked out now.
What are we gonna do, Buzz?
Use your head.
But I don't want to use my head!
Hold on. The toys are back in town.
Woody saves the day again!
And just trying to get home.
It isn't a real rescue without Buzz Lightyear.
In one piece.
We've been down this aisle already.
We've never been down this aisle. It's pink!
Back it up!
I'm tour guide Barbie!
I'm a married spud.
I'm going to let go of the wall.
What? He would.
1.
He would.
2.
Guys!
3.
Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Toy Story 2.
Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
And that's the trailer for Toy Story 2. And boy, I am dying for that movie because Toy Story 1 was absolutely amazing. And I got to show you something really quick. Here's my Rex action figure. But I don't want to use my head. Ah! Yeah, Rex will always be my favorite character in Toy Story. I really like him a lot. He's got a lot of energy. Kind of relates to me too. And now we are back from the break. And that is going to be a ball. I want to get on here and warn everyone what will happen in September, 2 years from now. I wouldn't want to know what's going to happen 2 years from now in September. We're in 1999. I'm just hoping the power doesn't go out on Y2K. Now here's the pitch. And now here is a fly ball to center field. And Ken Griffey Jr., he is there and he makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 down. It is 3-2 so far. Bottom of the 3rd. Just to think that we'd be in the bottom of the 5th if it was for the pitch clock. Riley, can you give me a hint on what could happen on 1999? Like, what do you think could happen? I really hope it's not bad. I mean, I'm just happy that... And now here is a ground ball right to John Mabry to throw to first. Oh, and now he gets off the back and he's safe. Bad throw by John Mabry. David Segui could not get to it. And now we got Todd Zeal at first base. And again, the 3rd inning in a row, Freddie Garcia allows a man on base. Freddie Garcia at 50 pitches already. I'm getting a bit nervous right now for Freddie Garcia. He's been getting out of innings, but he got out of the last inning, but only just. We really need him to get that quick inning. You bought Amazon stock at the beginning of beginning of the year. Should you sell it now? Let's take a look and see Amazon stocks all time. All right. When you bought it in 1999 for $4 a share, huh? And that is a strike. $4 a share you bought it for, huh? I mean, I don't know. Like, this whole Amazon is just selling books right now. I mean, this guy named Jeff Bezos. I don't know. Like, maybe it could be a long-term hold, but if you're playing penny stocks, I mean, I wouldn't wait on that. I wouldn't bank on something like this. I'm more of a day trading kind of type. I know PE is like 1,000 and they will only sell books. I'm trying to remember what PE is. I don't know. What else do you think could happen in September 2 years from now? I don't know. Did you hear about the Sega Dreamcast? Yeah, I heard about that. Probably not going to get it. I'm just going to stick to my computer. Now, here's the pitch, 1-2. And that's going to be a ball. Yep, I mean... What, really? I mean, I didn't tell you to sell. I'm just saying that if you're using it as penny stocks, I wouldn't know. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And that's going to be a ball. 3-2 inside. Around the score, Minnesota won 12-7. Yankees beat Baltimore 6-2. Luis Sojo hit a home run. Tampa Bay won 8-0 to Toronto, led by Wade Boggs. Rain delay in Kansas City. And now here's the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3, and down he goes. And now we got 2 outs for the Mariners. But yeah, you bought the stocks at $4 a share. How many shares did you have, Reflect the Sun? Like, how much did you buy for? Because when it started, it was at 9 cents a share. And now it's like around $4. It's like at $4. It's like peaking. I mean, I don't know if it's... Well, let's take a look and see where the stocks are at right now. Because don't forget the stocks are closed because it's weekend. But when you go to June, it's going to be around $3.10 a share. And now we're looking at the 1-0. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Rally Perron, you don't like this? I mean, I don't want to talk about 2024 right now because it's just so negative. You identify as a moose? That's a funny one. And now we're looking at the 2-0. And now here is the pitch. And now here is a ground ball right to David Bell. Throw to first. And that is in time. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the third. I believe it's the bottom of the third. And I got another commercial I've got to play.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
What is happening to me?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's the question that drives us.
What is the Matrix?
The Matrix is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
They're watching you, Neo.
Human beings are a disease. You are a cancer of this planet. And we are the cure.
Get me the hell out of here!
Welcome to the real world.
So you're here to save the world. So what do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
No one has ever done anything like this.
That's why it's going to work.
Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
I really love that movie. Great movie. Matrix, Keanu Reeves. Like, I remember, and I said his best performance was Speed, the movie from '94. But I think The Matrix could take it to the next level for Keanu Reeves' career. Like, great movie. Like, I loved everything about The Matrix. And now we are going to be back from the break. And now Alex Rodriguez is going to be up to the plate. And I guess you did sell because, yeah, they only sell books. I mean, books on the internet. I mean, the internet's kind of slow. Yeah, you know, it's kind of just, I mean, I don't know what to expect from the internet kind of thing. I mean, buying things online, I didn't think that would be a thing, honestly. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Does anyone have any bold predictions what could happen 20 years from now? Anything that you think that will happen? And now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And Alex Rodriguez will get on base with a single here in the bottom of the third inning. And now we got Ken Griffey Jr. up to the plate. And hopefully Ken Griffey Jr. can maybe hit his second home run so he can have home run number 199. Let's hope he can have a big game. Internet, what is that even? I mean, these 28.8 US robotics modems are pretty cool, though. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, modems are cool. Like, just like America Online with that beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Yeah, like, yep, America Online is quite a thing, isn't it? Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be low for a ball. We got a 1-0 count, and looks like Aaron Seeley's being a lot more cautious against Ken Griffey Jr. And now here's the pitch, and that's a huge curveball, and I keep forgetting how much of a curveball Aaron Seeley really has. You have a prediction that the Mariners will not win a World Series? You know who I predict? It's probably going to be, I think, either the Braves or the Yankees. I don't know, but I expect both of them to be in the World Series. Hey, you didn't quote that from me. Reflect the sun. And now we're looking at the 1-1 and a throwback to first, and A-Rod gets back in time. So you're going to put stocks on America Online, huh? Let me, before you sell and make that decision, why don't we, let me just slow down on that. And now we're looking at the 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be popped up, and I think that could be playable. Oh, the catcher. So, yep, that is going to be caught by the first baseman, Stevens. And now we got one out so far. That's going to be Edgar Martinez up to the bat, and hopefully he can extend this lead for the Mariners. Yeah, like that. Jeff Bezos wears hush puppies and cardigans. I mean, people are entitled on what they could wear, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's kind of goofy, so I don't know if it's like business professional or anything like that. I'm going to take a look at America Online stocks. Can't really see it. Data is not available. Now here's the pitch. And now here is a fly ball to deep right center field. And that is going to be off the glove. And A-Rod, he is going to be rounding. He is going to score. And the throw to the plate. And there is no throw to the plate. And Alex Rodriguez scores. And Edgar Martinez extends the lead to make it a 4-2 game. What a hit by Edgar Martinez. It is now the Mariners 4 and the Rangers 2. Yep, Edgar Martinez with that huge double that we know and love. And now it is 4-2. And look at that hit. It was a fly ball. Edgar, we will always love Edgar. Hopefully he'll be a Mariner for the rest of his career. Tom Goodwin tried to make that catch, and it just didn't happen, which is why A-Rod scored. Oh, you're playing that pinball game. I love that pinball game on the computer. You'll win a bunch of money if it ends up at 5-2. How much did you bet on that parlay, Reflect the Sun? And Reflect the Sun, if you win anything, could you donate to this channel too? And now here is David Segui. We're looking at one out so far. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. We're looking at, he's batting .305 with 14 home runs at the Kingdome. Had a good season last year. I really do. I kind of miss Paul Sorrento, though. But I guess David Segui is the more consistent hitter than Paul Sorrento was. $2 million, all the Amazon stocks I owned. You bought $2 million in Amazon stock? No, you didn't. Like, if I had Amazon stocks, I would have maybe bought like 50 shares at most. You didn't buy $2 million worth of stock, did you? David Segui says he really loves it. You sold it because they only sell books? But for like a small stock, I would keep it. And now the swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 down. David Segui goes down on strikes, and now we got next man up to the plate. I believe it's going to be Butch Husky. He is 0 for 1, batting .316. He flied out in the first. And now it's 4-2 Mariners, 2 outs. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. You really believe that Y2K thing? Are you really scared of that, Reflect the Sun? Are you going to party like it's 1999? I guess I'm going to. Like, after this, until the Mariners come back for July 15th, I may be going on a trip. Better make those tickets quick. And now here's a ground ball foul. Reflect the Sun, what was your greatest memory at the Kingdome? You party like it's 1999. We're looking at the 1-1. It's going to be 2 outs. It's going to be 4-2. Yep, Lou Piniella, what a man indeed. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Looking at a 1-2 count for Butch Husky. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to the third baseman to throw to first. And that is going to be in time. But the Mariners come up with another run for some insurance. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. I need another commercial break and a bathroom break. Let's see. Reflect the Sun. You said you were working at Seattle University and Randy Johnson was pitching. So I went to see him and he threw a no-hitter that night. I believe that was 1990. What a memory it was. And now I got to show you, let's talk another commercial. Here you go. Well, I go to the bathroom.
As the countdown begins to the 21st century, it's good to know there is still one number you can always count on.
Bond.
Bond.
Can't you just say hello like a normal person?
Renard is behind this.
He will die, along with everyone in the city.
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
His only goal is chaos.
I sent 009 to kill Reynard. He put a bullet in his head. That bullet's still there.
He feels no pain. He can push himself harder, longer than any normal man.
No hard feelings, Mr. Bond.
It appears that you have been beaten.
Don't make this personal.
I can't do that.
I just can't help thinking I'm next.
New model?
The very latest in intercepts and countermeasures, and 6 beverage cup holders.
I've always tried to teach you 2 things. First, never let them see you bleed. And the second?
Always have an escape plan.
For the world's greatest secret agent.
You've defused hundreds of these, right?
When the stakes are high.
Yeah, but they're usually standing still.
Life's full of small challenges.
And the danger hits too close to home.
He has M.
By noon tomorrow, you'll feel nothing at all.
I thought it was your job to protect me.
It's not just professional.
Someone's tampered with the bomb!
It's personal.
I have to get it back, or somebody's gonna have my butt.
First things first. I'm gonna find him.
Who's afraid now, Mr. Bond?
I will not miss.
I never miss.
Do you want to put that in English for those of us who don't speak spy?
Why am I suddenly worried I'm not carrying enough insurance?
Your time is up.
The world is not enough.
I'm really looking forward to a James Bond movie. We got a Star Wars movie, we had the Matrix Revolutionary kind of movie, Star Wars. So we'll see. Another James Bond movie. GoldenEye will still be the best, though, in my opinion. Yeah, Dave Niehaus is saying how difficult it's going to be with the emotions. Royce Clayton, he is up to the bat, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's going to be a 1-1 count. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss my memories at the Kingdome, too. For sure, I will. The 1-1. Oh, and that is inside. Big curveball by Freddie Garcia. It's going to be a 2-1 count.
Cincinnati for me for Crosley Field, right before Riverfront was built. That was
See you at Safeco. Yep. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. And time has been called. We're looking at a 2-2 count so far. Out with the old, in with a view. Yep, it's gonna. From what I've seen on the design, it's gonna be a very beautiful view. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Alex Rodriguez. Throw to first, and that's in time. That was a broken bat that went the distance on that one. Luckily, that didn't hit anyone. It was so broken that John Mabry is handling it right now. Oh, I got a $2 donation. Thank you, Steven Diaz. Definitely appreciate it. Got Tom Goodwin. He's up to the plate right now. Back to the top of the lineup. Here in the top of the fourth. And that is going to be upside for a ball. He did single, and he scored in the first with that home run by Rusty Greer. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now here's a 2-0. And that's going to be another ball. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base, as Tom Goodwin walks. And Freddie Garcia is already at 80-something pitches right now. We got Mark McLemore up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Mark McLemore is 0 for 1. He walked in the second inning, batting .285. Another sticker. Oh, thank you, Steven Diaz. And now we're looking at the 1-0. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball once again. And Dan Wilson's kind of a little bit of a chat with Freddie Garcia. And now here's another pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And as you can tell, I'm fast-forwarding the game because it's too long just to have these waiting things going on. Frankie Rodriguez is now in the bullpen for the Mariners. Mariners have a pretty young starting rotation and a very young bullpen, I guess. Thank you, Reflect the Sun, for the $2 donation. And Steven Diaz. Oh, here's a fly ball to center field. And Ken Griffey Jr. is there, and he makes the catch. And we've got 2 down. Mike Petey Master, join the party. Let's get the money going in there. Let's do it, baby. So far, I have $7 so far. Let's get up to 10 at least for this one. And we're looking at 2 outs so far. And it's for Rusty Greer. Rusty Greer, run 1 for 1, got the 2-run home run, and he got the walk. And the throw to first, and it's not in time. And another pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball, and that's going to be a 1-0 count. Wow! Like PD Master. He sends the money that's way. That's really clever. Oh, another $5 by Steven Diaz. What are you up to, man? I'll take it. We're looking at a 4-2. And Steven Diaz, if you can name a commercial or a movie trailer or a game trailer for $19.99, let me know and I'll put it out there. And that's going to be a strike. PD Master is really comedic on that one. And we're looking at the 1-1 so far with 2 outs. And we're looking at the 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And here is a foul ball. And also, by the way, I think what I really should be doing is I should probably share the link of this game right now. Okay, there's the link to that game. And the game right now is at 1 hour and 19 minutes so far. So Follow the link as well. I forgot to do that. I probably should have. And now we're looking at the 1-2. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And Tom Goodwin's going to third base. And now we got a runners at the corner. And now you got Juan Gonzalez, and this is where things can get really dangerous. And Freddie Garcia has been struggling throughout this entire game. And we're looking at a 4-2 so far, but runners in the corner, and Texas has gotten a man on base every single inning. And Steven Diaz, thank you very much. And yes, I'm going to do the whole freaking game, with the exception of some fast-forwarding moments if things get a little bit dragged on. That didn't work. That's the link to the AOL sign on. Oh, it is? Oh, right. Really? Okay, got it. I see what you mean. Now, here's the pitch, and that's going to be a ball. Thank you very much, Reflect the Sun. I know I was doing a little bit of a 1999 thing. Mariners versus Rangers, 1999. All right, here's the link to that game. And we're looking at the 1-0 count so far. And here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And Ken Griffey Jr. is there. Is he there? And he makes the catch. Ken Griffey Jr. just robbed a home run from Juan Gonzalez. What a catch by Griffey, taking the home run away from Gonzalez. And that is going to retire the side. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Mariners still hold the lead 4-2. What a catch by Griffey. And hey, if the power's going to go out, let's end it with a Ken Griffey Jr. robbing the home run. And that, I got to do a Ken Griffey Jr. commercial literally just for that. Let's do that commercial, shall we?
Hello, Ken.
Who, me?
Don't be alarmed. I just have a small favor to ask. Jackie Robinson's birthday is coming up, and I'd like to give him something special.
Sure, no problem, sir.
And here's the pitch.
Swung on and belted deep to right field. Left field fly.
The Seattle Mariners. Ain't baseball great?
I don't think that ball is ever coming down.
Nope, it's never going down. It's going to the heaven. Because the ball is for God, because they got to give it to Jackie Robinson. And his, I guess his birthday, yeah. Great hit by Ken Griffey Jr. in that commercial. And now we are back from the break. And in case you just missed it, Ken Griffey Jr. made an insane robbing home run. And now here's a fly ball by Mabry to left field. And Rusty Greer is going to be there. And he makes the catch. And that is going to be one down. And now David Bell is going to be up to the plate. Yep, Ken Griffey Jr. is robbing that home run, baby. Where are you at in the video? And now here's a fly ball by David Bell, and that is going to be a foul ball. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I kind of lost my connection, my stupid dial-up connection. Oh my God. I had to reboot it, and thank goodness it's back. And how much did I miss? Thankfully, I didn't really miss anything. I missed like an entire David Bell. Great. I missed the moment where David Bell got to first base. And Reflect the Sun, it is now on an hour and 24 so far. And now we've got Dan Wilson's up to the plate, and hopefully he can extend this inning and the lead, because the Mariners are up 4-2, but it may not be enough because of this offensive juggernaut by the Texas Rangers. I think someone was on the phone. I think my dad was on the phone, and I was like, Dad, I'm doing a YouTube show off of this freaking dial-up connection. Are we going to ever get any, like, I don't know, Reflect the Sun. Like, did you really think it was a good idea to sell your Amazon stock for freaking AOL? I think their stock price is too high. Now here's the pitch to Dan Wilson, and that's going to be inside for a ball. I wonder what their stocks were in 1999. Oh, it was at $94 a share. Are you really going to sell your Amazon stocks for something that's already peaked? And now here's the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. And we're looking at a 1-1 count so far. But yeah, we got to do something with this whole dial-up thing. I'm really tired of it. We've had this for 3 years, and we got to make some changes. You need that 28-28 roof. The 14-4 is too slow. Yep. And now here's a fly ball, and that is fouled. What if it crashes in March, though? I don't know. Like, how many shares did you buy of America Online? What'd you even do? Is their customer service really that great? And now we're looking at the 1 and 2. And now here's a foul ball. And now here's the pitch to Wilson, and that is going to be a ball. And it's going to be a 2-2 count, and we got 1 out so far for Dan Wilson. Dan the Man Wilson. Now here's the 2-2. And that's going to be low for a ball. 3-2. And now we got a full count. 3-2 with the men on first and second. We got runners in scoring position. Mariners really have a chance to extend this inning. Plus, I can buy the new Britney Spears item. I mean, Amazon is worth billions, but only selling books, so it seems smart to sell it. Oh, you're doing that for Britney Spears? Hit me, baby, one more time. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that is going to be throw to first, and that is in time. But you got runners moving to second and third base. SeatGeek. That's what it's brought to you by. Oh, Dodge. Limp Bizkit. I really like Limp Bizkit. And now here is Brian Hunter. And that's going to be low for a ball. That clever. Mariners are playing a sellout game today, the Kingdome finale, and then they're going to play a sellout game on July 15th, 1999. Yeah, Lou Piniella should absolutely be saluted. That's what their Dave Niehaus is saying, which he really does deserve at the pitch. And that is going to be a ball outside 1-0. So much donations today. I really do appreciate you guys sending in all that in. Now here's the 2-0. And that is going to be a strike for Brian Hunter. Now here's the 2-1. Now here's a ground ball. That should probably do it. And the throw to first. And that is going to get away. And the runner is going to score. Here comes David Bell. And the Mariners have taken a 5-2 lead on an error by the Texas Rangers. And thanks to Brian Hunter's hustling play. And the Mariners, yep, I said it already, extends it to 5-2. And now Alex Rodriguez is going to be up to the plate. Brian Hunter had a ground ball. I really thought this could have been done for the inning, but when you got a hustling Brian Hunter, you have something hastily throwing, and it's just a wild throw, and that's what scored in David Bell. And now Alex Rodriguez is going to be up to the plate. You went to college with Dave Niehaus' son. He was a good friend of my roommate. I also actually met Dave Niehaus' granddaughter, Destiny Niehaus. And now here is the pitch to A-Rod. And a huge curveball by Aaron Seeley. And that is going to be a strike. Let's see how much money I've made today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 14, 15, $17 so far. Let's keep it going, guys. And we're looking at the 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Outside corner. I question that call very much by this umpire. He's had a very interesting strike zone throughout this game. You think Alex Rodriguez, you hope he doesn't become a broadcaster? I don't know. I can't really imagine that either. Now here's the 0-2. And now here's a ground ball right to third base, a throw to first. And that is going to be in time. And Alex Rodriguez slams his helmet. I hope the umpire didn't see that because they would have ejected him, but he was just frustrated. But Brian Hunter gets an RBI thanks to an error by the Texas Rangers. And it's now 5-2. Now let's take a look and see what other commercials that I could play.
This TBS presentation is brought to you by America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
Welcome. I love when I log on and it says, "You've got mail."
Yes, anything you want to learn about is here. America Online is the internet and more. America Online. So easy to use, so easy to get started.
If you have a phone line, you can be online. It's fast.
Free 24-hour customer service. With email, instant messages, and a buddy list, it's the easiest way to keep in touch. All my friends are on it. Now with 56K, connections are faster than ever.
That fast. If I can do it, anyone can.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Sign up today.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be #1 anytime soon because it screwed up my YouTube thing because it crashed and I lost a David Bell single and I had to reboot it. And you guys saw it stream. So how did that get on? Oh, wow. Look at this commercial. Talk about nostalgia right there. Yep, Southwest. I haven't flown Southwest since the year 1999. So many commercials. And now we are back from the break. It looks like it's Alvin Davis that's being talked to with Dave Niehaus. And now Rafael Palmeiro is going to be up to the plate. Now here's the pitch by Freddie Garcia. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And here's the 2-1. And that's going to be up high. That's going to be 3-1 to Rafael Palmeiro. It's going to be a 3-1 count to Rafael Palmeiro. Now here's the 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. And now Lou Piniella is coming out to the mound. Are they going to take him out, or is he going to have a little bit of a chatter with? And he's going to have a talk with Freddie Garcia with Frankie Rodriguez in the bullpen. I wonder if they're going to take him out. And Lou Piniella is telling him to see if you could just... He was just trying to calm him down. Because then you got Frankie Rodriguez in the bullpen, but he has like a 5.40 ERA. So I wouldn't really feel good about having Frankie Rodriguez as your bullpen pitcher because our bullpen is just absolute butt.
It was our own personal battle, wasn't it, Dave? I mean, we had watched many years of baseball, a lot of futility out there in the field. We had experienced it, and it was really...
Now here's the pitch to Todd Zeal, and that is going to be a ball. 0-1. Todd Zeal doubled in the first inning, which nearly caused the RBI, but the Mariners got out of that inning real quickly. And now we're looking at the 1-0, and now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. 2-0 for Todd Zeal. And now here's a 2-0 pitch. And now here's a ground ball right. Oh, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And now you got runners on first and second. And I wonder if Lou Piniella is really going to say, you got to get out of here. Freddie Garcia hasn't exactly had a great start. They're looking at Matt Sinatro. He's trying to get his men trained up or at least warmed up because Frankie Rodriguez might be going down there. You hope Arnold runs for California governor a few years. Would he really, though? And where's that next Terminator movie? And Lee Stevens is up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And now here is a fly ball to left field. And Brian Hunter makes a sliding catch. And the throw to second, not in time. Nearly a double play. But nice catch by Brian Hunter. And Brian Hunter he's been a fantastic contributor for the Mariners. Ooh, that must hurt when you slide in with that AstroTurf right there. Yeah, for sure. He almost got the double play, by the way. Now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And now we're looking at the 0-1 count so far. And now here's the 0-1. And that's going to be low for a ball.
Freddie's a professional. He knows this is winning time, top of the fifth inning. It's a lot of work to come out, throw 110, 115 pitches and not get a decision.
And now we're looking at the 1-1 pitch. And that is going to be a ball. I really thought that was going to be a strike. Freddie Garcia is looking what he's got. And we're looking at the 2-1 pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Could it be a double play ball to throw to first? Second, throw to first. And that is in time for the double play. And the Mariners get out of an inning really, really quickly. Great double play by David Bell and Alex Rodriguez. And we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is the Mariners 5 and the Texas Rangers 2. And let's go to another commercial break.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh, who lives
in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants!
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! It's SpongeBob SquarePants!
Hey, everybody!
Nickelodeon's newest, spongiest, square-pantsiest Nicktoon!
Pretty cool, huh?
SpongeBob SquarePants! Only on the best place to turn for new tunes, your Nickelodeon!
Oh, boy! Now's my chance!
SpongeBob SquarePants is coming in July! Be there and be square!
Look at me! I'm naked!
That's going to be a very interesting show. It's going to be it's going to be a show about a sponge. I wonder how that's going to turn out. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going to stick with my Hey Arnold of Nickelodeon. And Keenan and Kel. And now here is Ken Griffey Jr. up to the plate, going up against Aaron Seeley. And that is going to be, I think that's a ball one to Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. hit that home run. And by the way, Rick Riz is being on the call right now as Dave Niehaus is going to the radio. And now here's a ground ball foul, and that's going to be an 0-2 count. Ken Griffey Jr., we have a lot to thank for him as he was a huge part of that 1995 run. Also MVP of the 97 season. Another 56 home runs in 1998. Now he's 28 years old. Now here's the 1-1. And that's going to be a ball. It's going to be a 3-1 count for Ken Griffey Jr. And here's a 3-1. And that's going to be ball four. Take your base. And Ken Griffey Jr. will get on the board with a walk. And now we got Edgar Martinez, who last hit that double that scored in the run to make it 4-2. Now that it's 5-2. And now Edgar has a chance to score Griffey just like the old days of 1995. So let's see if he could actually... Let's hope he can get this done. So I don't know what could happen. Now, Johnny Oates is going to have a little bit of a chatter with Aaron Seeley. And now Edgar Martinez is now 1 for 2, batting .314. It's a great chance for Edgar Martinez to extend this lead. Now, here's the pitch. And that is, I believe it's going to be a strike. It would be funny to see Ken Griffey Jr. if he was fat. That would never happen. I don't see that happening one bit of Ken Griffey Jr. turning into a fat boy. I mean, look at him. He's all stud. And we're looking at a throw to first, and it's not in time. And we're looking at that 1-0 count to Edgar Martinez. He's got the advantage so far. And now we're looking at the 1-0, and here's the pitch. And now here's a line drive, and it's caught by the third baseman, Todd Zeal. What a play by Todd Zeal. Nice diving catch. And now we got David Segui up to the plate. And as you can tell, I'm kind of fast forwarding throughout the game because I'm like, man, this game is too long already. All right. I like pitch clocks just because of my YouTube stamina. No way he'll be thin his whole life. I look at him right now. He's thin right now. There's no way he would give that up, would he? And time has been called. And by the way, how do you guys feel about the Seahawks? Got Mike Holmgren as the coach. Looks like John Kitna may be the starter for the Seattle Seahawks quarterback because Warren Moon is out. They just missed the playoffs in 98, so they'll have a chance. Yeah, hopefully if the score stays 5-2, you'll win that parlay. And Reflect the Sun, how much money did you bet on that game? On this parlay? Now here's the pitch, and that's a ground ball foul. Yeah, 0-1 on David Segui. You bet $2 million. I don't believe you one bit. So how much will you win if you bet $2 million? Like 10 million? I don't believe you betting $2 million on parlay games like this. Sold that Amazon stock and put it into this game? You're insane. 18 days until July 15th, 1999. And that's going to be throw to first and not in time. And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to center field, and that's going to be caught. They got 2 outs so far. And now Butch Husky's up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Butch Husky, and that is going to be a strike. No, it's a ball. 1-0 the count. And also, I made a little bit of a scoop up. I need to get a water break really quick. And while I take that water break, I have an interview on John F. Kennedy Jr., his father, known to be John F. Kennedy, who was the president of the United States. Unfortunately, his life was taken away. And now here's the 1-0. And that is a swing and a miss by Butch Husky. And that's going to be a 1-1 count. You almost went to this game, but you ended up just watching it on your show. I am so flattered. I mean, you really should have went to that game. I would have told you to go to that game, buddy. And you could have just watched the... I don't know. We're looking at a 5-2 effort so far. And now here's the 1-1. And that's going to be just inside. Yeah, John F. Kennedy. I mean, does anyone think that he has potential to be president someday? John F. Kennedy Jr. He's a handsome young man at 30 years old. Or 40 years old. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a throw to second base. And that gets away. And Ken Griffey Jr. is going to go to third base on a stolen base attempt. Now you got a runner on third base. That is Ken Griffey Jr. on strike 2, 2 outs. Ivan Rodriguez is like, man, I would have thrown that guy out. And now we're looking at a 2-2 still with a runner on third, which is Ken Griffey Jr. So, yeah, I mean, hey, Reflect the Sun, do you see John F. Kennedy Jr. as a president? And now we're looking at the 2-2, and now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. The Mariners leave a man on base at third, and we go to the inning. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And I'll show you that John F. Kennedy interview. Let's go right to it.
She parented for both of them. And I think she was deliberate in ensuring that his interests and his concerns were part of our upbringing, and some of her own, which were not his. And I think there was a dynamic there that was healthy.
Right. When you say some of her own, what were?
No, I mean, she didn't come from a political family. I think there was a lot about politics and the life of politics, especially for young children, that she thought was heady stuff, and that it was better to have a sense of who you are and your own place in life before you really took that on. So that kind of healthy skepticism, I think, was an important part of her parenting, and probably made my sisters and I life easy.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, if you look at a lot of political families, and a lot of families who grow up with the incredible glare of this spotlight that you all have, and you see you and your sister, you think, God, they're remarkably well-adjusted, or seem to be, who knows,
Seem
John?
to be, exactly.
But, I think it's a real tribute to your mom that you all turned out to be really nice, productive people.
Oh, thank you. She would be glad to hear you say that. She took a lot of pride in being a good mother, and I'm glad people think it worked.
Yeah. We have a clip from a show called Look Here. We're going to look there and then talk about it.
If you were to have a son, would you encourage a political career for him? Yes, and I hope if I had a daughter, I might encourage her to play some part. I don't know. I don't think this should be confined to men only, but I would definitely. I would hope he would grow up to be, if not a politician in the sense of devoting all of his time, I would hope that whatever he did do, that he would have some sense of responsibility for what went on.
When you hear him talk about that, do you ever feel like your choice not to pursue a career in public service might have disappointed him?
No, I can't imagine that he would have said anything different being asked that question under those circumstances. He'd always said that he thought everyone should run for office. Listen, there's a lot of time in life to do all sorts of things. The world was very different. Politics was a different profession back then. There are other ways to contribute to the public discourse, and we all want to do it in the way that participate in the way that we can.
So you feel as if you are doing that with.
Well, I think we've seen enough about the John F. Kennedy Jr., but yeah, with that 2000 election on its way, I mean, I would hope that maybe he'll make a run at it, because some would say, I would think that Al Gore is going to run, and then we got that George Bush that's going to run, like his daddy was the president before. If I were JFK Jr., maybe give it a shot. Because why not? Right? We're at the top of the 6th inning so far. And Frankie Rodriguez is actually going to be on the mound today. He's going to take over for Freddie Garcia. And now they're conversing about that foul ball, which I just missed because I was showing that John F. Kennedy Jr. interview. So I believe they just called them out. And Johnny Oates has been thrown out of the game. There's a little bit of an argument going on. And now he is thrown out of the game because of the argument. Oh boy. What an ejection that was. We got one out so far. And it's 5-2. We're looking at the 0-1 count so far for Frankie Rodriguez. And now here's a ground ball foul. Freddie Garcia with 109 pitches, 3 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Yeesh. He definitely struggled for 5 innings, and it was that Mariners offense that bailed his butt out, and the defense. And that's going to be low for a ball. And we're looking at a 2-2 count for Frankie Rodriguez. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and down he goes, Tom Goodwin. And now we got Mark McLemore up to the plate, and we got 2 outs so far. Now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a strike again. Or no, it's a strike 1, 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to David Bell. The throw to first, and it's in time, and we got 2 outs. No, that's 3 outs. And that was a really quick inning, and now we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and I must play. I'm going to play Mariners commercial. Let's do this one.
Hey, have you ever read The Merchant of Venice? By Shakespeare? Yeah, check this out. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath.
That's pretty.
The hidden Shakespeare trick. The Seattle Mariners. Ain't baseball great?
Works every time.
And we are back from the break from that Mariners commercial. We're in the 6th inning right now. And now here is John Mabry up to the plate. And that is going to be low for... We're looking at a 1-1 so far. He is 0 for 2, batting .239. Mabry has not been having a good game so far. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And now here is a fly ball to center field. And Tom Goodwin is there. And he makes the catch. And we got one out. And Aaron Seeley is now on pitch number 100. With the exception of that first inning where he gave up the home run to Ken Griffey Jr., and 2 runs which were pretty much by accident, I would say Aaron Seeley's held up pretty well against this heavy Mariners offense. Now here's the pitch, and that is a strike to David Bell. Looking at the 0-1 so far. And now here is the pitch. 57,500 something. That's a huge crowd for the Mariners. One thing I'll miss about the Kingdom is that intimacy. That very intimate, very loud. It gets loud. The pitch. Oh, and that is inside. That nearly got David Bell. And we're looking at the 1-2 so far. David Bell, I see what you did there. The pitch, and that is going to be a ground ball right to the shortstop to throw to first. And that is in time. I thought Stevens had his foot off the bag. Now here is Dan Wilson. And that is going to be outside for a ball. 1-0 the count for Dan the Man the pitch. And that's going to be outside again. That's going to be a 2-0 count. And here is the next pitch. And that is going to be a strike. They're talking about 1995, but I'm talking about the fact that the Mariners basically lost everyone after 95. They gave away Tino Martinez and Jeff Nelson for Russ Davis. Now here's a ground ball, and that is fouled. Nice fielding effort by the ball girl. She'll get some cheers on that one. She's going to give the ball out. The ball girl's making a good defensive plays, I must say. Talk about they're looking at the rafters right now, 95 and 97. And looks like that is going to be a fly ball, and that is going to be out. And we are going into the top of the 7th inning. That was a great catch by Rusty Greer. And we got some commercials to show. All right, what can I show right now? And we are going to be back from the break. That was a trailer of Command and Conquer. We're at the top of the 7th inning so far. Got Ron Fairley and Harold Reynolds and Rick Riz here in 1999. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. PD Master and I played Command and Conquer, and I kicked his butt several times in that game, I will say. I think we played each other. I'm not sure. Now, here's the 2-1, and that is going to be a strike. Now, what happened was my cousin, and him, they were teaming up against me, and they kicked my butts. And the pitch. And now, here's a ground ball right to Frankie Rodriguez. Throw to first, and that is in time. And now here is Juan Gonzalez up to the plate. And that is going to be a ball. Oops, there goes the donations beating PD Master. You had no chance. We were playing that dial-up internet. That was the dial-up internet's fault. It was all lagging internet. It's not like I'm making excuses, am I, PD Master? Now here's the pitch. And now here's a pop-up, and that is going to be David Bell who makes the catch. And we got 2 down already. This game is going quickly, and Frankie Rodriguez has pitched very well since taking over for Freddie Garcia. Been much more smooth, I must say. And that's an 0-1 count. It's going to be 2 outs. And now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. And we're looking at an 0-2 count on Rafael Palmeiro. Hopefully we can get out of this inning so I can sing the 7th inning stretch. And now here is a ground ball right to David Segui. Tosses it to Frankie Rodriguez. And that is going to retire the side. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mariners are still up. And now we've got to go into the 7th inning stretch, and I will do that in just a few moments. I just got to download a song, a surprise song for you guys to keep the nostalgia alive. Give me a few moments. And anyone, give me a comment on how you felt about that movie Bug's Life that came out at the end of 1998. I thought it was a fantastic movie. I cannot wait to get it on the VHS, and I'm going to watch that movie over and over and over again. And I got my video ready. Surprisingly, my dial-up is doing very well, but I'm going to sing the 7th inning stretch. I will take it away. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's one. Wait, if it's a shame? Yeah, it would be a shame because Ken Griffey Jr. hit a 3-run home run on the Kingdom finale. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
For great advice about digital technology, head for Circuit City. If you're looking for a DVD player, make sure you choose one with DivX. Only DVD players with DivX play both DVD and DivX movie discs. Divx lets you watch movies at home for about what it costs to rent, but you never have to return movies or pay late fees. This RCA DVD player with Divx is only $349.99, and get any 5 Divx movies free after rebate. Plug into Divx at Circuit City.
Man, I wonder how that Divx thing is going to work out. Who knows? But it's a weird idea with the whole movie rental thing from your home kind of thing. You're buying the physical media kind of thing. And here is Brian Hunter leading off. And that is going to get through for a base hit. It drops. And Brian Hunter is going to go all the way to third base. And now there is no throw to third. And we've got a runner on third. We got a runner in scoring position and Brian Hunter. And he's been absolutely on fire. He has a single and a triple. He just needs a double and a home run to hit for the cycle. So whoever made that bid for $1 million, you're hoping that Brian Hunter can hit a home run and get a double. But can you do it in 2 innings? I don't know. And now here is Alex Rodriguez up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And oh, it has a foul ball and hits right off of his foot. I hope he's okay because he already started the season with an injury, and we don't have Carlos Guillen available because he's also out for the entire season because he got in that nasty collision. Like, I remember when I first saw him hit an opening day home run along with Ken Griffey Jr., I was like, maybe he could be the future, like maybe the future third baseman or future second baseman. You got David Bell, and you can probably put Carlos Guillen at third base. That could work out pretty well. And we're looking at a 1-for-2 for Alex Rodriguez. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And Harold Reynolds is confident that he thinks the Mariners are going to win this ball game. And another donation. I got 14 donations so far. I'm guaranteed at least $14 the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. A-Rod is waiting on a 1-2 count so far. Now here's the pitch. And we're looking at a 1-2 count so far. And we're looking at the pitch, the 1-2. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. Alex Rodriguez with 12 home runs. I would like to see him hit one more home run before leaving the Kingdome. And now here's the 2-2. And now here's a ground ball. That's not going to get anything done. The throw to first. And that is in time. And I do really think that Brian Hunter maybe could have made a run at that one. And now got Ken Griffey Jr. up to the plate. And don't forget, in that first inning, he hit that monstrous home run off of Aaron Seeley. And Aaron Seeley's still going 7 innings strong. And they're going to intentionally walk him because Aaron Seeley doesn't want to deal with it again. And now he's going to walk. And now we've got Edgar Martinez up to the plate. Mr. Double Edgar Martinez, he has a chance to extend this inning. Let's hope Edgar can do it. Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. And Ken Griffey Jr. gets to second base on a stolen base. We're looking at the 0-1 count so far. We're looking at the 0-1. Edgar Martinez with a chance, and now here's the pitch. And that is a foul ball. He is now down to an 0-2 count. And hopefully Edgar Martinez can figure out to get out of this 0-2 count, which I can count on him. He is one of the best mechanical hitters that the game has seen. And we're looking at the 0-2. Runner on third, have an opportunity. You think Edgar can play another 20 years? I don't know about that. Oh, and looks like we got a frozen moment going on. Umpire called time, and looks like we got a streaker onto the field. And yep, that's kind of funny. Ken Griffey Jr. is laughing. Yep, the streaker just keeps on running. Of course, the TV's not going to show it because the guy's probably naked. What's with these people running naked on the field for what? It's not like we have YouTube or anything to make yourself in publicity or anything. Yeah, we have a streaker, and Mark McLemore is trying hard not to laugh. Ken Griffey Jr. is just laughing his butt off about it. And he has been escorted off the field. Ken Griffey Jr. is like, man, what is going on? And yep, there's that streaker guy right there. Even the security guard's kind of laughing and entertained about it. I'm sure the streaker... Yeah, just don't look down is all I can say. So now that he is out of there, I'm telling you, do not streak. It's not worth it. Oh, they're looking at Jeff Facero. I wonder if I'll ever... Jeff Facero seems like a cool guy. I wonder if I'll ever get to talk to that guy someday. Yep, that streaker still went running at it, didn't he? Now here's the 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. Can't believe the streaker was like running like an idiot. Why would you do that? Like, why? Don't you get arrested for streaking onto the field? And now we're looking at the 1-2. And that is strike three called, and Edgar Martinez is arguing, and he's still going to talk. And he's been thrown out of the game, and Edgar Martinez is just fuming angry because of that strikeout, because it was a very questionable call. I mean, I can't really blame him because he had a streaker running on the field, which really took away like the rhythm and the concentration. And now the last thing you need is a bad called strike. So I think Edgar just really just snapped. Like, I don't know. That was a questionable call, but Edgar is just gone, and it does look like he really did snap. He wasn't that angry, but he just had a moment. It was a very, maybe it was a strike, but then Edgar was just like, he was just really upset. The umpire was really doubling down, and he threw him out of the game, and that's something you don't really see of Edgar Martinez getting thrown out of a baseball game. He's a very classy guy. And now they're going to intentionally walk David Segui, and he gets on base, and we got the bases loaded. And who's going to be up to the plate? I believe it's going to be Butch Husky. Yep, Butch Husky's up to the plate. He's got a chance to do some damage. Bases loaded with 2 outs for Butch Husky. Can he do damage? I would like to think that he can. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball, and that is just not going to do it. The throw to first, and that is in time, and that is going to retire the side. We saw the bases loaded, but unfortunately, Mariners couldn't come up with a run, and it didn't help when Edgar Martinez struck out. I blame the streaker for that. Good job, idiot. Let's get some laughter, shall we? Yeah. Let's do that.
The Safeco Field sure is nice, huh?
Yeah, whatever.
Can't beat playing out in the old sunshine.
Hike one! Hike two!
Some days, though, it can be really bright.
The Seattle Mariners. Ain't baseball great?
A lot of industry experts told us that the passenger side was the best place to add a third door. We got still more advice insisting that the
Sorry.
The Seattle Mariners. Ain't baseball great?
Wild pitch, aisle 4.
And that is Jeff Becerra on the commercial. And unfortunately, that is his only highlight. And let me get off the time machine for a moment. I guess that one regret that I have, I should have asked Jeff Becerra about that commercial from 1999. What was I thinking? I forgot to show him a commercial. Well, because of the whole copyright thing anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. But I'm really glad that I did an interview with him. Now back to reality. We are back from the break. And now Todd Zeal just took a ball one. And that is a strike. And now here's another pitch. And now here is a line drive. And that is going to drop in for a base hit, as Todd Zeal has actually well contributed. Well, here's the thing about the whole thing. I'm literally doing this for fun. I don't care about the stupid money. I'm willing to be copyright claimed, and it's going to tell me to delete everything, and I will. I'm just doing it for the live show. It's literally all just for content and for the entertainment. So, yeah. And now here is the pitch, and that is a strike. And that's an 0-1 count on Stevens. Safeco Field's about 18 days away. But yeah, I could care less about making money today, with the exception of the donations, which really thankful. I got 14 of them, and that's going to be a foul ball. And we're looking at the 0-2 count. As you can see, I'm pitch clocking this game because I want to get to Cobra Kai in the next 15 minutes. Probably not going to happen, but I really want to watch that show. And now here's the 0-2. And that's going to be a ball one. And now we're looking at the 1-2 count. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. That's going to be a 1-2 count. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to Frankie Rodriguez. Potential double play to throw to first. And that is in time. 2 outs already on that double play. I mean, I can do a 1.5x speed, you know. What a double play by Frankie Rodriguez. Great fielding. I mean, I didn't realize how athletic Frankie Rodriguez really is, as Greg Zahn takes it for a ball. It's going to be a 1-0 count. And as you can see, I'm skipping it. And now here's the 1-0. And that's going to be a ball. Now here's the 2-0. And that's going to be a strike. 2-1 the count. And now here's the 2-1. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. Let's hope that we can get this guy out of here to go into the bottom of the inning to get some more insurance runs. And I just realized it is the 8th inning, so we are getting close to its end. The pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. We're looking at a 3-2 count. It's 2:33 in the afternoon here in 1999. And now here's the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Fantastic pitching by Frankie Rodriguez. And the Mariners still lead it 5-2.
A lot of industry experts told us that the passenger side was the best place to add a third door. We got still more advice insisting that the driver's side was the only logical choice. But as you can see, we let it all go right in one ear and out the other. Introducing the new Dodge Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
And we are back from the break, and we are going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And we got a new pitcher. Aaron Seeley is finally done, and he went into the hundreds for sure. Now we got Danny Patterson. And Reflect the Sun, I think you said you got to go. And John Mabry is up to the plate. He is now 0 for 3 so far. He has struggled this game. And now we're looking at the 0-1, and now here's the pitch. And now here is a line drive to left field, and that is going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be a ground rule double for John Mabry. What a hit. Jose Mesa. Oh, God. Jose Mesa's in the bullpen. What could possibly go wrong with Jose Mesa? And now we got David Bell up to the plate. And for any of you that were part of this show, I really do appreciate it. The pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And we're looking at the 0-1 count. And down in the dirt, and that's going to be a 1-1 the count. We're really going to miss the Kingdom, that's for sure. But it was time to move on for Safeco Field. And we're looking at the 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And now here's a line drive. And that is going to be a base hit. And Mabry's going to be held to third base. I was hoping that he could maybe go home on that one. And now we got Dan Wilson up to the plate with no outs. And you would think that this is going to be a great opportunity for the Mariners to really extend this lead. I don't want to keep this at 5-2. I know you want to Reflect the Sun, but I want to keep winning. I want to keep scoring. So Texas cannot make a comeback whatsoever. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, probably going to be a double play ball. The throw to pull. Oh, no. We got a run down on John Mabry, and he's going to be out. And now you got runners on first and second with 1 out so far. Now we got Brian Hunter, who is 3 for 4. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. We're looking at an 0-1 count so far for Brian Hunter. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball, 1-1. And now we're looking at 1-1 the count. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-2 count. And Brian Hunter's down to his final strike. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Already 2 outs so quickly. And now here is Alex Rodriguez, who has a chance to extend this lead. Let's hope he does, because I don't want to go 3-run lead with Jose Mesa on the mound. The pitch. And that's going to be a ball. We're looking at a 1-0 count. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be popped up, and I wonder if that's playable. And that is not playable. And we're looking at a 1-1 count. And a swing and a miss, strike 2 for Alex Rodriguez. And we're looking at a 2-2 count for Alex Rodriguez. And that's going to be a foul ball. We're looking at 2-2 for Alex. Has a chance to extend this inning and the lead. And now here is the pitch. Ground ball. And that is a foul ball.
Because that got him pretty good. That's why. The ball, I think, against Royce Clayton, and Clayton did not really react.
We're looking at a 2-2 count so far with 2 outs. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to the shorts. Oh, bobbles the ball, and he bobbles it again. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and you got Ken Griffey Jr. up to the plate, has a chance to to do some damage, and let's hope we extend this lead. And I wonder if they're going to, and now it's going to be Mike Venafro is going to be coming out for the bullpen. I got to show these commercials.
Here's my idea. Show my wife the difference a big screen TV makes.
This is what it looks like on a 13-inch TV. They look like little ants. With the 35-inch TV, you're up close and personal. And with the 61-inch big screen, you're right in the action.
Coming after you, Bob.
Bigger is better at Best Buy. Now that's a great idea.
The 10, move back.
This is the day you have trained for, the day you have studied for. Utilize your superior skills, your superior intelligence.
Sit down, rodent.
Sarah,
baby.
Oh, you were one fly. Don't make me hurt you. Learn to defeat your ruthless enemy, Steve of Hackensack.
Ryan, you're gonna get roofed.
Shut up, quadruped.
Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
And we are back from the break, and Mike Venafro is now the bullpen pitcher going up against Ken Griffey Jr. because they're going with that lefty-lefty matchup to give Griffey some trouble. And that is going to be a strike. Got bases loaded, 0-1, 2 outs. And now here is the pitch, and that's a ground ball foul. Griffey is the last player to hit a home run in Mariners history at the Kingdome. Hopefully he can make some more memories in Safeco Field for years to come. And now here's the 0-2 and outside, and that's going to be a ball. He's got to be careful with Ken Griffey Jr. because he has a chance to do some damage. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Ken Griffey Jr., and that is going to retire the side. Last chance for the Texas Rangers. Mariners are up 5-2, and here's my final commercial of the day.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Brothers, where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.
That'll be a very interesting game to play, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. A little fighting game with Mario and Yoshi and Donkey Kong. And now we got Jose Mesa. He's got 15 saves, but he has a 7.76 ERA. I'm not looking forward to this one bit. And now Jose Mesa is going to pitch the first, and that's going to be low for a ball. And here we go again. Jose Mesa going to mess this up real badly. Yeah, please don't walk anybody, Jose Mesa. Just please don't. Now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count. What up, mofos? I'm tipsy and cooking. Nice, Emmett Brown. Did you start drinking when Ken Griffey Jr. hit that home run? And we're looking at a 5-2. And now here's the 2-0. And that is in the dirt, 3-0. And Jose Mesa, you're just breaking ranks, senor. Why? Why are you doing this to me? And we're looking at a 3-0 count so far. Please don't walk the guy. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be ball 4. And Jose Mesa, am I surprised? Why are we letting Jose Mesa shouldn't even be on this team. He's awful. Now here's the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. And now Lou Piniella is going to have a chat with Jose Mesa, and I'm be like, no, just take his ass out of here. I don't want him to ruin it. Jose Paniagua is now in the bullpen for the Mariners. Also not great either. I'm not feeling confident about having Jose Paniagua as a pitcher in the bullpen. No, thank you. I prefer not. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Not looking good for Jose Mesa. Maybe give Jose Paniagua a chance to see if he could be a closer. Now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Jose Paniagua has a 3.77 ERA right now. Jose Paniagua was part of the bullpen in 1998. Maybe he should have had more appearances. Now here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. And Jose Mesa is really trying to fight this off. We're looking at a 2-2 count so far. And now here is the 2-2 pitch. And now here's a ground ball right to A-Rod, the throw to first, and that is in time for the double play, and we got 2 outs, and now it's game time. Mariners are just 1 out away to complete the final game, the final victory here at the Kingdome, and then we can move on to the new stadium at Safeco Field. Deep down, I am going to miss the Kingdome, though, because I wonder if Safeco Field, those dimensions could, I don't know, I feel a little bit nervous about that. Here's Mark McLemore. And that is a strike. We're looking at a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, outside for a ball. And now here's a 2-1 count. And that is low for ball 3. And Jose Mesa is doing it again. Here's the 3-1. And that is ball 4. Take your base. And this is where I get really nervous. Rusty Greer's up to the plate. He can cause damage. And now here is the pitch. And that is a ball. And we got 2 balls and no strikes for Rusty Greer. Yeah, we got to say goodbye. Let's just end this game already, Jose Mesa. And we're looking at the 2-0. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. You know, there's a reason why the Cleveland Indians got rid of Jose Mesa. Literally because he sucked in the 97 World Series. There's a reason why they moved on from him. And now they made Mike Jackson their closer, who the Mariners should have kept after 96. And here's a 2-1. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. The Mariners, the Texas Rangers, are down to their final strike. Let's hope that Dan Wilson's going to have a little bit of a chatter with them. We're looking at 2-2 count. Time to close this history of the Kingdome and move on to Safeco Field. Ken Griffey Jr. with that 3-run home run. The Mariners extended the lead to make it 5-2. And we're looking at the 2-2. And now here is the pitch by Jose Mesa. And now here's a fly ball to center, left center field. And Brian Hunter is there. He makes the catch and the ball game is over. And the era of the Kingdome is over. The Mariners win, and they close out the Kingdome finale with a victory, and they take 2 of 3 from the Texas Rangers, and now the Mariners are now at a record of 38-37, and the Rangers are at 42-33. They are inching close to that division lead. Let's hope they keep it up. And what a time, what a game it was for the Mariners, and what an ending it was. And now it's time to get back to reality. I am going back to the time machine of 2024. And here I am. Here I'm going to do a little. And now I am, and that is going to do it. I'm either going to cut up a small YouTube short and put a Ken Griffey Jr. home run, or I'm just going to watch Cobra Kai season 6. I got to get out of here. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for all the donations. I had, how many donations did I even had? I had 14 donations total. So that's going to be about $20, and I really do appreciate it, and hopefully you guys will step up and do it again for my next live show. I'll be back in the morning at 8 a.m. with Steve Silver. Everyone, have a good day and go Mariners.